everybody. Tom here with Hidden Beats, and today we're talking with Mr. Riley Taylor. How you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good. It's a nice day, and we get to have a nice conversation, and we get to pick your brain a little bit and see what makes you tick.
Absolutely. Let's do
So,
it.
for those who are new, though, can you give a little kind of a quick intro about yourself?
Yeah. So I'm from a small town in New Brunswick, out in the Maritimes, and I got into music kind of late. I got in after I had already made some mistakes and worked some jobs that I didn't like, and
Mhm.
that sort of thing. And then I started gigging and realized, that's kind of what I wanted to do. And now I get to do stuff like this, talk to guys like you, and,
Hmm.
and try to share my music a little bit.
For sure. I guess the first big question is like, what was the early inspiration for music? Like, what got you interested in it?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was always interested in it, to an extent. Like I grew up, Johnny Cash was my first hero,
Hmm.
and I was a car singer and a shower singer and everything like that, and picked a little bit of guitar, and pretty good to have around a house party or a bonfire. But I just never, that was always a pipe dream kind of thing, like it was like, not, oh, that's not something I could do. That's for rock stars, like that sort of mentality.
Yeah.
And the more I the more I got out and playing for people, it was the more confirmation from people that I got. It was like, hey man, like you're actually kind of good. We don't hate that,
Yeah.
So I'm like, good enough. I'll take it and run with it. And so far so good, I guess.
Yeah. So who would you say are some of the people who influence your sound today? I mean, we talk about Johnny Cash now, but there's got to be some kind of newer people that you feed off of.
Yeah. A big one for me that really got me back into like trying to play more regularly and get some gigs and stuff was Tyler Childers when he first came out, and I mean like first came out because it's easy to say that now because he's cool now. This was like this was the Bottles and Bibles album when nobody knew him, and I had stumbled upon a video of him playing at like a cafe, and I'm like,
Okay.
who the hell is this guy, right? And I just was like so fascinated by him. I just like went through, learned all of his songs, and it was a bit of an obsession for a while. Like that was kind of my guy. That's all I wanted to be like.
Hmm.
And it was funny. That's when I first started gigging, and it was like half of my set was just Tyler Childers covers,
Okay.
and nobody knew any of the songs. And then it was like 2, 3 years later, there'd be people coming up to the stage, and be like, "Hey, can you play White House Road?" Or, you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yes, I can. I have been for years now."
Mhm.
So yeah, I know the chords. Yeah, we can do it.
I mean, it's always fun to have someone of that caliber to just to have it be an inspiration.
Right.
Hmm. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I admire the writing
mhm.
and all that, and that kind of led into like getting into like John Prine and Towns Van Zandt and all these like Christopherson even too, like all these songwriters that
Yeah.
were, yes, they were artists and they were singers, but primarily songwriters and storytellers. I I got a fascination with guys that can weave a story,
Yeah.
and make it sound like they just put little things in there and that make it sound different than anything you've heard before.
It's an art form for sure.
100%, yeah.
Mhm. So, where do you think makes your sound unique now? You've gotten some inspiration from different people, and then you got to make it your own. So, what do you do different?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's kind of a backwards. It's not anything I would suggest to anybody getting into it. But for me, it's because I got into it late and I don't have like the traditional background. I didn't take vocal lessons. I didn't take guitar lessons outside of when I was like 9,
Hmm.
and I hated guitar lessons. So I just kind of learned my own way, I
Hmm.
guess, and um, developed a style naturally rather than, something that's taught and rehearsed and that sort of thing. And it kind of leads to this um, rough is a weird word to use because that makes it sound bad, but it is. It's rough, and there's kind of a little bit of an edge to it, and I think that translates well. I think
Yeah.
that's more, it's easier to digest for the common folk.
Well, I don't think rough is a bad thing. I think rough is a work in progress, and that's always something
Yeah,
you should be working for, really.
100%. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I think that's kind of what kind of makes me a little bit different. I don't know a whole lot of people that, someone could say that I sound like,
Hmm.
uh, which is always something that I wanted to have. And, I got lucky in that regard where it's like, oh, thank God I don't just sound identical to insert name here on the radio,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah. So I think I have that in my favor. I hope anyway.
Hmm.
Um, somebody will probably call me after this interview and be like, "Hey, you sound exactly," But
If that
uh,
happens, I expect a message just so we can round that out.
oh yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah. So I think that's what we have going for us with that with the sound.
Mhm. And one of the points we're here to talk about today too is your recent album release, Story
Yeah,
Tell. You have 30 songs on there. Like, give me the idea behind putting that together.
yeah. So this whole thing kind of started with the idea of an independent label. And we started it with four guys, including myself, Daryl Scott, Adam Newcomb, and Brian Martin. And we all come from a musical place, not a business place,
Mhm.
right? So it's all music first, and they're all buddies of mine too. So it's like there's a level of trust there. Everyone's out for each other's best interest. There's no and everything's transparent. If anything comes up, it's no problem to bring it up. So when we were talking about doing a project, it was like we have to do something that stands out, because it's a debut thing. I don't have a massive audience, and I'm never going to be a TikTok star or
Yeah.
somebody that lip syncs on Instagram or anything like that. I'm not. I refuse to. And so we're like, we have to do something that stands out then, if that's the way we want to go. And we got talking and talking. It's like, why don't we have all these songs at our disposal. Why don't we just make a monster project and throw it out there out of nowhere,
Mhm.
and kind of turn some heads a little bit and maybe kind of change the way people think about, um, you know, the product that they're trying to sell of the idea that you need a major label to do anything, or you need so much money, you need so much support
Mhm.
in order to be able to do something. We can kind of maybe change some opinions on that. Um, and I think with what we got product wise, it has the potential to do that, I think.
Well, you're at the
Um,
perfect time for it too, because the independent scene is just only getting bigger and bigger right now.
right. Yeah, and that's exactly it. Because at the time, and that whole side of it, I'm always fascinated by. Like, it tends to be those are the artists that I am drawn to
Mhm.
more. Um, and yeah, exactly. Like when that idea came about, it was right along those lines of like, that door is being knocked on now. It's about to get kicked in.
Yeah.
So like, there's going to be a shift here. That pendulum is swinging. So the time is now. We got to strike. So um, then we got then we got the studio.
Yeah, I mean I listened through a bunch of the tracks and I'm loving the sound of everything. It's great. It's great
Oh,
music
thank
to
you.
put on for so many different types of things. Good for a drive, good for just sitting back and hanging out, all kinds of things like that.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. That was and that was the idea as we were going, along with all the stuff that I mentioned before. Um, Also having one where it's like 30 songs, but it's a whole stew
Hmm.
of a bunch of different stuff, because along with the way the industry's going, there's so much stuff that falls into the country umbrella now,
Yeah.
where it's like, you can see it as a bad thing, the traditionalists, and I understand that. But you can also see it as like, you basically just do whatever you want. And, if you like the sound of it and you can get behind it and it's sincere, it's going to work, because now they're taking all that into country. And I think it's great. I think it's a great thing. Like the more the merrier, right? So there's, there's songs for when you're sad, there's songs for when you're drinking, there's songs for, you know, breaking up, there's songs when you're making up, like that all of it in there. So,
You don't see it. You don't see that a lot these days. You don't it's kind of a whole big, like you said, a big stew. You see a lot of smaller projects potentially and just kind of limiting what you get. But this way,
right,
I can put that album on and just listen front to back and spend a day just doing whatever, and it's good to go.
right. And that was, I mean, thank you for saying that, because that was the intention. Like we don't want people to get bored of the same old song, 5 songs in, when we got 30 songs, man. Like, we
Mm.
need to have some sort of retention value, like going through these songs. You got to turn their ears a little bit, right? Um, and I think we did the best we could to do
Well,
that. So
I think
yeah,
you've already proven that to yourself a little bit too, especially coming off of a win at Boots and Hearts with the emerging
yeah.
artist stuff. Like you can turn heads, you can get some ears on your side. I was actually at Boots and Hearts. I've got some pictures of you on my
Oh,
right now.
oh no way.
Yeah,
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah.
yeah, because I
Oh,
do a lot of festival coverage and things like that. So I go to Boots every year and try to
yes,
get there.
sir.
And so yeah, I got pictures of your win on my hard drive.
Awesome, man. That's really cool. Yeah, and I think that was where my mind kind of shifted with that whole idea.
Hmm.
Was like, oh, you know what? Different does work.
Yeah.
Different isn't bad. You know, um, sometimes it's not the most polished that's really the prettiest. Like that whole mindset of, because for a while it was just like, oh yeah, like I like doing music and stuff, but it's like I'm not the pretty boy with the opera vocals and you know blazing on a guitar.
Hmm.
But sometimes the cowboy chords and a rough voice works,
Yeah, 100%.
right? Be, if the words are there, if somebody hears the words and it does something to them. And I think there's just something along the lines of like a raw feeling that's can't be taught, can't be learned. It's just either there or it's not.
Yeah.
And I think, to call back to the sound thing too, I think that is what works for me. I've been trying to figure it out too, because like in my mind, it's like objectively, I'm not like an idol singer or anything like that. I know that, and I'm not a session guitarist. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, and I've wondered, I'm like, why do people like my stuff? And then I think that's it. I think it's just like I'm not putting anything on. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not
You're authentic.
faking it.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not faking it, And I think, the industry is uh, the industry has gone so far into faking it, and
Mhm.
people are starting to catch on, right? Um, so I think I think it works.
Yeah, for sure. Now, being as new as you are in the industry and kind of just learning a lot more of these things as you go, how do you see your music evolving? Like you've gotten to this point now, but where do you see it going?
Yeah. So, with this being the debut thing, and it goes so many different ways. Going forward, I think it's going to be a more dialed in, more focused direction on, you know, um, whatever, it's got to feel a certain way to me in order for it to even work, because like I said, I can't sell it to you if I don't
Yeah, you don't
feel it,
makes
right? So, but moving forward, I think it's going to be a lot of, smaller, like focused projects,
sense.
targeted at a specific thing, whether that be a subject or a place and time, or, a person or a feeling. I don't know yet. I mean, I'm just starting to get back now where it's like, yeah, I got to write some more songs. It's like, um, but yeah, it's gonna be more focused projects where we can hone in on one sound, and maybe the next album is gonna be like 8 songs, right? But they're all like laser focused and sharp, razor sharp and direct to to that direction. And I think that's the way I see it going. Mind you, that could change tomorrow. But
That's the
uh,
beauty of it. Everything can go up and down whichever way.
right, 100%. And I welcome that too. That's kind of the thing I love about the whole music thing as a whole. It's like you never know what's going to happen.
Now, what would you say is probably your proudest achievement so far?
Um, oh man, I think the proudest thing, like what I'm most proud of personally, is just the whole thing of like taking that taking that step of like getting into it and betting on me and like that sort of thing. Because like growing up, I was never really like that. So it was kind of a big thing for me to do. And like, oh well, I'll get by just playing gigs and I'll take my money there and I'll take my tip cup and I'll pay my bills that way and that sort of thing. Like that was like so far out of the cards uh, for me growing up. So I'm most proud of that. Just like being willing to bet on myself and feeling good doing it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I guess that's pretty general, but
Hey, but this is personal to you though. So if you're proud of that, that's
yeah,
what I want to hear
and
about.
that leads to all the material accomplishments. Um, but that's the driving force behind it. I'm probably most proud of that, and that's an achievement to me.
Makes sense for sure.
Yeah,
All right, now the back half of my interviews, I always ask some fun questions, make you think, and especially since you're a little newer in the interview world, I think some of these will give you some good thought moments here. My favorite
cool.
one, what's one thing you think should be asked more in an interview that's not asked enough?
Oh, oh yeah, these are good. Okay. Um, I would say, oh wow, I would say it'd be cool if it was asked like, what's your favorite cover to play? Or like, um, I like plain stuff too. Like, what kind of strings do you use? Like,
See, I
how
wouldn't even
thick
have
is
thought about that because I'm not like a guitar guy by any means, so I wouldn't even have thought about those subtle things.
or right? Yeah. I like because it's almost more like personal. Like, what's um. Oh, you know what? For me, because a lot of guys usually assume that I'm a hockey guy. I'm a big basketball guy.
Okay.
So if it was asked like, you know, uh, who's your favorite basketball player, or like, who do you
Yeah.
think's the greatest, right? That sort of thing. I think that stuff's kind of cool. Yeah.
No, those are
Anything that, yeah, like anything that you could talk to your buddies about. Like I think go a long way in interviews because that way the interviewee kind of lets the walls down a bit, and like they're like, okay, now we're just hanging out.
that's quite
Um,
literally why I asked that question because it makes you kind of think. Plus, it gives me some ammo to use on another interview.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Anything like that, or the craziest thing you've ever done, or like just stuff like that. I think that could go a long way.
Okay, so here's a fun one for you then. Who plays you in the movie of your life?
Oh damn. Oh, probably like, oh
You get
man, I
anything
like
you want because it's your movie.
yeah. Who's the dude? Oh man, it's not Tom Cruise, but he was on Top Gun too. Miles Teller.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
I like him. I like him a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, I
he's
think you can do
he's
justice.
yeah. Um, no, I don't know. He's probably a little more handsome than me, but that works in my favor anyway. If that's
Exactly. It's your
if
movie. You need to cast
if
the
people remember me thinking that I look like that, that's cool with me.
yeah.
So
No,
yeah,
that's a good one. I like that.
yeah.
Now, this is a industry question. What would you like to see the industry evolve into more in the future? I know we talked about the independent side, but is there something kind of unique you'd like to see happen?
I I'd just like to see um more support for the raw green talent
Okay.
rather than the transactional stuff of like, oh, well, this guy has all this backing behind him, or this girl has so much money and blah blah blah. She's easy to market.
Mm.
And if they could just take the politics out of it and look at every artist objectively and really evaluate talent, I think that could go a long way for music as a whole.
Yeah.
Um, that's something I would like to see, and I think that's happening. I think that's happening around the board, across the board,
Mm.
um, with all genres right now, because people have so much access to information and so much access to the independent artist with social media and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, they're not as easily tricked anymore by the radio
And it's
or
yeah, it's
by,
so easy to find
yeah,
duplicate songs basically. When I actually
yeah.
think I overheard a conversation between two like A&R people or something once upon a time. They were talking about how it was like Neon Sign was the go-to uh
Oh, yeah.
theme for,
The,
like a song. So
like the buzz phrase or whatever. Yeah.
every song had to have Neon Sign or something like that in the title and that, and you can see just how forced and how manufactured that type of thing was. And then you go back and look at the stuff on the radio at that point, and it's like every other song had Neon Sign somewhere in it. It's crazy
Yep.
to see that happen.
Yep. And it's like those trends, man. But I think that's a dying thing. I think people are starting to catch on to that. And they're kind of realizing that they're listening to the same stuff over and over,
Yeah.
just with a different name tag on it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think people are getting wise to it. And that's, when the audience changes their mind, the industry must change their way. So,
No,
um,
that's a deep one for sure.
yeah, I think we're on the cusp of a cool shift in the industry. I think it's like right there.
Now, completely off topic, and another fun one for you is a hot dog a sandwich.
Oh, not a chance.
Now, why not
The
though? Because there's such
I know it,
big
like the logic of it makes sense. I can't argue it,
Hmm.
but just something in me. I remember seeing that for the first time a few months ago. I was like,
Yeah,
hell no, there's no way. Then I got thinking about it. I'm like, well, it's meat in between bread, ketchup, mustard.
like condiments. Yeah, it's
I'm like, man,
on
okay,
paper. Like if you compare, it's on paper, it's a sandwich, really. But there's so many people that can't bring themselves to say that it's a sandwich.
right. And have you seen guys making the same way they would make like a hamburger patty,
Mhm.
but they make it long
Yeah,
and it's like a burger dog or whatever.
I actually like did
That
last week.
dude, that one throws me for a loop. Now that's a more even that takes that whole topic into a whole nother dimension because it's like, well, no, now it kind of is a burger, man. It
Mhm.
literally is a burger
Yeah,
on a hot dog bun. I'm like, damn. It's kind of, is it's kind of like the whole like potato thing too. Like, are fries and chips the same? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, wait a minute.
they'll come
You
to
know
the
what
thing in the end. Like,
right.
yeah,
Is poutine just French fry salad?
I
It,
actually I haven't heard that one. That's a good one. I like that.
I just thought of that right now, but
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, damn, maybe it
because
is,
it literally has a dressing on top, basically. So, okay,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
yeah, man.
that's gonna make me think too now.
I swear to God, I've never thought that in my life, and I was like, it's one of those things. It kind of is, though.
It's gonna
I'm
literally
gonna
tell
be
my
thinking
wife,
about that now. I'm gonna be
"Hey, we're
thinking
going
about
for a
that now
French
too.
fry salad now." That's what we're gonna.
French fry salad.
Yeah, she'll get a kick out of that one. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, these ones, the fun ones that put you right off guard too, because now we're just having a whole conversation about like,
these are great, man.
mm, I like those.
That's yeah. That's call back to your question. They need more of these questions in interviews. Yeah, like
Yeah, I always
this is great.
you need the cookie cutter, obviously, but if you can try to have some fun with it, like that's the biggest thing for me. Like I
Oh
started
yeah.
interviews. I never thought I'd be good at this, and I started doing them during COVID, and it was like, oh, how am I gonna ever figure this out? I don't. I'm a guy behind a camera. I don't get in front of a camera usually. Well, not anymore,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's kind of just fun to do things like this.
Hell yeah, man. No, I was checking you guys out and stuff. Like, you got a great following, and everything looks great. Like, it seems like you know what you're doing, man. Like,
Yeah,
it's a good thing you got going.
I
I
started
applaud you.
literally started doing this so I wouldn't have to pay for concert tickets. Like
Yeah.
that's 10 years, or no, we're 11 years old now.
Hey, same here, brother.
Well, that's it. You know what I mean? Like you want to figure out a workaround, and then it kind of just progressed. And I think Hidden Beats, we have like 35 people now that work like in the brand.
Wow.
So
Wow, man. That's awesome, man.
actually, I got like
Well,
email applications today for different cities too, which is frustrating. But
no way.
yeah.
See, you're based out of Ontario?
So I'm in Ottawa, and then like that's
Yeah,
home here. We have coverage basically all across Canada and US, UK. We're hopefully working on this year, in Germany.
dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. Like, that's huge. That's great, man. Like,
And I
yeah,
literally just started because I wanted to not pay for a concert.
bingo. Beautiful. I love it. I remember thinking that too. I was like, you know what? Well, if I'm on the poster, I shouldn't have to pay to get in.
Right? You can pick up a phone.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it worked. You, if you're good at it, which you obviously are, you're making do right now, and that's kind of
Hey, oh man, I appreciate that.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right. We've just a couple more questions before Zoom kicks us off here.
Sure.
Um, if you're introducing your music to someone for the first time, what's the first song they listen to?
I would say go for an easy one to get into off the hop. For me would be Better Days.
Okay.
I think it's just like an easy one to listen to. It's easy to digest. It's not like there's no real big statements going on. And then if you like that, you can dig a little deeper. And like, my personal favorite is it's called Fucked Up.
Yeah, I've seen.
And like, that's the most me song that I have. And it seems to be the one that connects to people the best. So I would say, like, start in the shallow end,
Yeah.
where it's like it's easy, it's warm, you're not worried about treading water. And then if you want to go for a swim, work your way into Fucked Up, and hold your breath.
That's one of the first ones I clicked on purely because of the title, and I was like, oh yeah,
Right.
out, and I had fun with it right away.
Sweet. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. That was the intention, man. Yeah.
Yeah, music should be fun. It should be fun storytelling. You should be able to take something from it, and I guess actually, what do you really hope people take away from your music?
I think I hope people kind of get the feeling, like, of like, I could do that.
Okay.
That makes me want to play. That makes me want to, oh man, you know what? I have this old guitar I haven't touched in a few years, but I heard that song, and that makes me want to pick it back up, and shit, what were those chords again? And I want to kind of get that feeling. Or like, um even like, younger younger people too, like, to be like, to get some sort of notion of I can do it, like, to instill some sort of confidence. Because it's like, believe me, brother, if I can do it, anybody can fucking do it. Like, so um I think that's probably like what I would hope the most
Okay.
translates. And then outside of that, let's have a good time. Like, like, we're here to have fun. We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time, and don't take everything too seriously, right?
Yeah. No, I like that. Just taking something from it and having a good time, everything. It's kind of just how life should be.
100%, man. Yeah.
Now, what would you say is your biggest motivation to keep walking the musical road? You kind of seeing a little success coming on now, and what's next?
Yeah. Um, I think for me, the motivator is just the next show. Like, I get so much joy out of the chase, man. Like, and the best thing about this is that there is no it's all a chase. There is no catch. There is no, even when you get, you hit a milestone or whatever, there's always another one.
Yeah.
Like there's always the next one. There's always a better song. There's always a better show. There's always more people to reach. There's always more places to go. Um, and that just, the gears turn, man. The gears fly thinking about that stuff. So that's a big motivator for me.
Makes
Just
sense.
I want to see and do cool shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
See where
mean?
you take this and see where you go with it.
100%, man. Take the ball and run with it because I know how fortunate I am to be able to.
Mm.
You know, it's like, not everybody gets to fucking friggin' sorry, I know I'm
Oh, we're good to
cursing
swear, man.
swearing now.
Anyway.
I can't hide from it.
Yeah.
Um, I know a lot of people like they just don't get the opportunity to chase something that they chase their pipe dream, right? So it's like if I got a chance, I'm gonna run it down, like chase it till I can't, or squeeze it until the juice is gone. Like I want to get everything out of it that I can. So that's the motivator for sure.
No, I like that. And I think everybody who has a passion should try to squeeze everything they can out of it.
100%. 100%. Yep.
All right, last question, and I think the most important one. Are you happy?
Oh, I'm tickety boo, man.
There you go.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, there's a lot of BS that goes on with the industry and a lot of stuff that don't make sense and it makes you shake your head. And there's a lot of people that aren't really um, out for your best intention or your best, you know,
Mm.
your best interest. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't think anybody got into music so they could take it too seriously.
Yeah.
I think everybody kind of got into it with this idea of being able to have fun chasing a dream and have that sense of freedom and do that. So I think I just cling on to that. I'm lucky to be here, so I'm gonna act like it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but no, I'm happy, man. I love this. I love this shit. This is great. Like,
You can see it's just that look at your face, man. You're just here for all the right reasons, it looks like.
I like to think so. I like to think so.
No, and I love it. All right, man. That's all the points I have written down. Is there any final
Hey,
you want to leave to the fans?
yeah. I mean, go go check my music out, and I want to hear from you too. If you go and listen to it, if there's something you like, let me know. If there's something you hate, let me know.
Mm.
Um, you know what I mean? Like I wanna see what people think of it. And while you're at it, go check out Hidden Beats and my boy Tom here, and hopefully I'll see you at a show soon.
100%. If it's not here, like I get to a few festivals, but I got people all over Canada. So whenever you got shows, we'll see if we can send someone out.
Beautiful, right
Where can
on.
we find you on social media?
But yeah, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Facebook's just my name, Riley Taylor. You can have my personal. I do got a music page on there too as well. It's Riley Taylor Music. It's Riley Taylor underscore RT, and I don't have a check mark, so don't think that it's a fake account or anything. I'm just not paying to prove who I am.
Hey,
That bugs the
I
that
hate
bugs the
that.
hell out of me. That bugs the hell out of me. But I don't have the blue check mark, and no, I don't want to pay for it. But that is me, Riley Taylor underscore RT. And on TikTok, it's Riley Taylor Tunes
Okay.
on
Well,
TikTok.
make
So
sure we link some things so people can find you easier.
hell yeah,
All right, brother. It
right
was a
on.
fun time. I hope we get to do this again.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. That was great. That was
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
Reach out whenever you want to have a chat. I'm always around.
right on, brother. Appreciate
All
it.
right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, you too.